During World War II, the United Kingdom built and operated some of the most important aircraft in aviation history. Fighter planes defended the skies over Britain. Bombers carried out massive raids across Europe, and reconnaissance aircraft gathered critical intelligence. In total, Britain used dozens of different aircraft types throughout the war. In this video, we'll explore the main aircraft used by the Royal Air Force during World War II, including fighters, bombers, reconnaissance planes, transport aircraft, and even American planes used by Britain. The backbone of Britain's air defense during the war were its fighter aircraft. One of the most famous aircraft of World War II was the Supermarine Spitfire. With its iconic elliptical wings and incredible maneuverability, the Spitfire became a symbol of British resistance during the Battle of Britain. Alongside it flew the Hurricane, another crucial fighter aircraft. Although it was slower than the Spitfire, the Hurricane was extremely reliable and responsible for destroying a large number of enemy aircraft during the Battle of Britain. As the war progressed, Britain developed more powerful fighters. The Hawker Typhoon was originally designed as a high-altitude interceptor, but later became famous as a ground attack aircraft, destroying tanks, trains, and armored vehicles. Its successor, the Hawker Tempest, was one of the fastest piston-engine fighters of the war and was particularly effective at intercepting German V-1 flying bombs. Another powerful aircraft was the Bristol Beaufighter, a heavy twin-engine fighter that served as a night fighter, strike aircraft, and maritime attack plane. One of the most versatile aircraft of the war was the de Havilland Mosquito. Made largely of wood, the Mosquito was incredibly fast and served in many roles, including fighter, bomber, reconnaissance aircraft, and night fighter. Britain also relied heavily on bomber aircraft to strike targets across occupied Europe. The most famous British bomber was the Avro Lancaster. Capable of carrying enormous bomb loads, the Lancaster was used in many major bombing campaigns and even carried the special bouncing bombs used in the famous Dam Busters raid. Another important bomber was the Handley-Page Halifax, a four-engine heavy bomber that conducted strategic bombing missions throughout the war. The Short Stirling was actually the first four-engine heavy bomber used by Britain during the war. Although it was later replaced by more efficient aircraft, it played an important role during the early years. The Vickers Wellington was another key bomber, especially early in the war. It was known for its unique geodesic construction, which made it incredibly durable and able to survive heavy damage. Britain also used lighter bombers such as the Bristol Blenheim, which served both as a bomber and fighter early in the war. Another aircraft used early in the conflict was the Fairey Battle, a single-engine light bomber that saw action during the early stages of the war, although it suffered heavy losses. Intelligence gathering was essential during World War II, and Britain used several aircraft specifically for reconnaissance and maritime patrol missions. The Short Sunderland was a large flying boat used to patrol the Atlantic Ocean and hunt German submarines. Another aircraft used for maritime patrol and reconnaissance was the Lockheed Hudson, which helped protect Allied shipping and locate enemy submarines. The Supermarine Walrus was an amphibious aircraft used for reconnaissance, artillery spotting, and sea rescue operations. These aircraft played a critical role in protecting supply routes and gathering information about enemy movements. Transport aircraft were also essential during the war, carrying troops, equipment, and supplies. One of the most important transport aircraft used by Britain was the Douglas C-47 Skytrain, known for its reliability and ability to operate in difficult conditions. Another unique aircraft used during airborne operations was the Airspeed Horsa, a large glider designed to carry troops and equipment during airborne assaults. The Airspeed Oxford was widely used as a training aircraft for pilots and navigators, helping prepare thousands of aircrew for combat missions. Britain also used several American aircraft through the Lend-Lease program, which allowed the United States to supply equipment to Allied nations. One of these aircraft was the Curtiss P-40 Warhawk, which the RAF called the Tomahawk or Kitty Hawk, depending on the variant. Another famous aircraft used by British forces was the North American P-51 Mustang, which became one of the best long-range escort fighters of the war. The consolidated B-24 Liberator was also used by Britain as a long-range bomber and maritime patrol aircraft. Another American aircraft used by Britain was the Douglas A-20 Havoc, which served as a light bomber and night attack aircraft. Throughout World War II, Britain used a wide range of aircraft to defend its skies, attack enemy targets, and support Allied forces. From legendary fighters like the Spitfire and Hurricane, to powerful bombers like the Lancaster and Halifax, and versatile aircraft like the Mosquito, these machines played a crucial role in shaping the outcome of the war. Together, these aircraft helped the Royal Air Force become one of the most powerful air forces of World War II, and their legacy continues to influence aviation to this day.